Have you ever looked at Brussels and thought, this could use a little more glitter, a bit more drama, and a whole lot less paperwork? Well, hold on to your berets, because we're about to dive into a wild alternate reality. Forget the gray suits and endless summits. Imagine a European Union rebooted, version 2.0, where the leaders are not career politicians, but the titans of pop music. This is the story of the pop crown era, a Europe that traded bureaucracy for beats. Our journey begins with the new president of the European Commission, the one and only Pepa Sexa, her first act in office. A complete rebranding. She stands before the press, not with a binder full of policies, but with a microphone in hand, declaring her promise to the continent: more passion, less regulation. The old stuffy EU motto is out. The new official slogan, echoing through the halls of power, is now Europe without panties, but with vision. It's a bold statement, a promise of transparency, authenticity, and perhaps a few questionable fashion choices. The era of dull press conferences is over. Welcome to the age of stage presence. Meanwhile, over in France, the Élysée Palace has undergone a fabulous transformation. The new president is none other than the legendary Aziz. The solemn quiet of the presidential residence is shattered by the constant, joyous echo of Hoptra. The national anthem, the Marseillaise, has been respectfully retired and replaced with a heart-pounding remix of Izis's classic, I Love You. His policy initiatives are just as revolutionary. He launches Makeup for Everyone, a program to ensure every citizen has access to high-quality cosmetics. He introduces sanctions against boredom, imposing penalties on anything deemed too dull, and in a move that redefines international relations, he unveils the LGBT plus nuclear doctrine of love, a geopolitical strategy based on overwhelming adversaries with fabulousness and acceptance. And what about the economic powerhouse of Europe? Germany is now led by Chancellor Tony, his first order of business, renaming the parliament. The Bundestag is now officially the Bundestabli, a place where politics meets party. Political rallies are no longer boring speeches under dreary skies. They're now full-blown concerts with live music, pyrotechnics, and Chancellor Storaro himself, whose policy addresses are delivered as auto-tuned ballads. The German tax system gets a viral overhaul. Citizens only have to pay their taxes if the Chancellor's latest policy song hits over 1 million views on YouTube. Fiscal responsibility has never been so catchy. Now, let's talk about how this new leadership impacts daily life. The economy undergoes a complete makeover. The euro is out, and the shoeuro is in. This new currency is deeply integrated with social media. To make any payment, whether for a coffee or a car, you must record and upload a short TikTok video. Economic indicators are also updated. Inflation is no longer measured by a consumer price index, but by the number of views ministers get on their latest video clips. A spike in views for the finance minister's dance challenge. That means the economy is booming. Society itself is re-engineered for maximum fabulous. Every citizen receives a weekly expressiveness bonus, a small stipend to be spent on anything that enhances their personal flair, be it sequins, glitter, or a dramatic hat. Public gatherings are transformed. Parades become mandatory weekly events, and citizens who refuse to dance or issue the gloominess find the education. System is also completely revamped to prepare the next generation for this new world. Core subjects now include fundamentals of influencing, advanced techniques for conquering TikTok, and the highly popular Sexual Diplomacy 101. Geopolitics Once a game of chess is now a karaoke competition. Tense trade negotiations with China are conducted in smoke-filled karaoke bars, where deals are sealed not with handshakes, but with a perfect duet of a classic power ballad. The EU's foreign policy is assertive. Sanctions are swiftly imposed on any country that doesn't have at least one OnlyFans star serving in its parliament. A policy designed to promote global transparency and entrepreneurship. Even the military alliance gets a rebrand. NATO is now Network, the network for creative defense and Balkan charm. Its primary strategy is no longer deterrence, but dazzling potential foes into submission with spectacular military parades and coordinated dance formations. So, where does this glittering, chaotic continent go from here? Two possible futures loom on the horizon. The first is a spectacular collapse. In this scenario, the relentless focus on performance and spectacle leads to a total societal breakdown. No one remembers what work actually means. The infrastructure crumbles because maintenance schedules are replaced with choreography rehearsals. The economy implodes when the Shiro's value plummets after a series of uninspired TikToks from the central bank. Society fractures as the constant pressure to be expressive and entertaining becomes utterly exhausting. But there's another path, a second scenario, a grand renaissance. After reaching peak spectacle, the people of Europe experience the collective awakening. They grow tired of the superficiality, the endless chase for views and validation. A quiet counter-revolution begins, not with protests, but with people rediscovering old books, having genuine conversations, and finding beauty in silence. They start to rebuild from the ground up, forging a new European Union. This time, it's not based on regulations or pop charts, but on the timeless pillars of spirit, honor, and a restored natural order. They keep the passion but temper it with purpose, creating a Europe that is both vibrant and profound. Which future would unfold? A dazzling flame-out or a meaningful rebirth? This grand experiment in political governance serves as a wild, thought-provoking satire of our own times, questioning where the line is between leadership and performance, and what values truly hold a society together. It's a hilarious, and maybe even a little scary, glimpse into a world where the ultimate power lies not in votes, but in views. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild ride through a very different Europe. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more alternate realities, and let me know in the comments which pop star you'd want running your country. See you in the next video.